15 of Jason Davis, then the 1 for Kevin Clayton, Beef Alexander in the 7, New Hampshire, the 27, Darrell Pollard, the 7, Shamrock with Chris Norton. Here they come, looking for green, on their way off corner, way out of shape is a 22. He's got it, no start. And Pat Lord apparently missed the color. Wonders why nobody's chasing him. All of a sudden that car seemed awful fast. Here they come. Pat Note set to bring him down again. Davis gets up alongside this time. Here's the green and we're off. Davis winds up on the outside and it'll be Pat Note into second. Davis third, Alexander fourth and moving on the outside. Outside rolls a quick way around. They can't quite hold it there. Pat Note slides up, drops back down, and Davis is there. Alexander to the high side, works around the outside of Davis. Alexander on a run for second spot, and he's got it going into turn 3. It's Chris Davis, Beef Alexander, Jason Davis, Darrell Pollard, and Ronnie Smith. DeWitt Davis goes 6th, Pat Note back to 7th, and Lawrence, Clayton, Lashaway, Felton, Norton, and Anaki. They come off turn 4, 3 wide. Now Kevin Clayton finds a way around the outside. He's going to try to gather in the rest of the field. Fred Felton up the inside. They've got a Lawrence sandwich as they hit into 3. Now Felton a little bit loose, almost takes it off the track, brings it back. Davis and Alexander on the inside. Alexander with the lead. Davis, then Smith, Pollard, Davis and Davis, followed by Clayton. Felton has problems and he's backing out of it now. The battle up front. Alexander, Smith, Pollard, and Davis. 2 laps to go now. 2 to go. Fred Felton with problems pulls the 11 in. White flag, 1 lap. Ron Smith, Beef Alexander, Darrell Pollard, Chris Davis, DeWitt Davis, Jason Davis, Kevin Clayton, then it's Lawrence, Thornton, Lashaway, Anaki, and Patno. There's your winner, Ron Smith, with Beef Alexander, Darrell Pollard, Chris Davis, and DeWitt Davis in the top 5. Jason Davis and Kevin Clayton. Charlie Lawrence holds them off to pick up the 8th spot, with Norton, Anaki, Lashaway, Patnode, and Felton, the one who drops out. And here they come. Green is out, down into turn 1 they go. Living Good runs low. Steve Drew on the outside, edges out, and he'll take the lead coming off turn 2. Griswold moves right into second, getting around Living Good and Zellman as they head into turn 3, and the 46 car picks up the runner-up spot. Zellman up to 3rd. Here comes Zielinski down low. He's looking for 4th on Living Good. Behind them, it's Hemlet, then Downey, and heading down pit road, Bill Powers. Back up front, Drew leads the train coming off turn 4. Griswold 2nd. Looking to close in with that 46. And Zellman right there in 3rd in the 22. Zielinski does a little dirt tracking coming off turn 2. Running up in 4th, and Living Good is 5th. Off the turn, Zellman looks low on Griswold. Battle for 2nd. Griswold able to hold him off really well with the 46 holding that 2nd spot. Zielinski hasn't really been able to close in all that much with the 7. And now Zellman once again puts the 22 to the inside. Now Zielinski starts to close in. Car number 7 looking to the outside of Joe Zellman for that 3rd spot. Zellman keeps the door closed, and he'll continue to go to work on Griswold, who also really begins to wind it up with Steve Drew holding on to the lead with the 17. They get real close, the top 4 cars. Drew gets a little bit crossed up, Griswold will dive in low. Zellman almost getting into the back of the 46 car as they head into turn 1. Now Zielinski's right there. The first 4 cars will go side by side into turns 3 and 4, coming off the turn for the white flag. And it's Griswold with the lead. Drew on the outside will fall back to second, and Zielinski trying to grab third from Joe Zellman in the 22. Zellman comes right back. The checkered flag is in the air. The third and fourth place cars are really going at it, and it's Zellman as Zielinski's front bumper goes flying on the front straightaway. What a great finish. Jeff Griswold is your winner. Great job with car number 46. Also Steve Drew hanging in there. As these two continue to go at it, Zellman is not happy, you can tell. Second. Strictly stock qualifying heat. The green flag is in the air. They come off the turn, and Bazzaio will lead them down into turn number 1 with the 6. Gassman on the outside with the 19 will try to hold on to second, but here comes Walt Pachowski down low in the 37, and he'll look to take that runner-up spot as they come off turn 4. At the line, it's Pachowski with the spot. Behind them, Paterni is holding 4th. Now it's 5th. Now Pachowski has moved out into that second spot. He'll see if he can catch up to Bazzaio and battle for the number 1 position. Bazzaio doing a good job holding on, with Pachowski moving right in now with the 37, getting a good bite going down the back straightaway. Looks like Paterni will try to go to work on Cashman for that 3rd spot as Pachowski continues to move in on Bazzaio, but cannot yet make a move. This time halfway mark, and it's Bazzaio going into turn 1, holding the car nice and low that time, skating off turn 2. Pachowski unable to stick right there. This time Bazzaio brakes hard going into the turn and a big puff of smoke, but at the line he will hold on until they get to turn 1 when Pachowski dives in. Pachowski now will move out into the lead, dropping Bazzaio back to second, but a fine effort by both. 2 laps to go this time for now Walt Pachowski, your leader with the 37. Bazzaio second, Cashman in 3rd with the 19. Then it's the 13 of Bazzaio, make that Paterni, and the 1 of Mallet is now running 5th. White flag, less than 1 lap to go for Pachowski. This time by, the checkers are in the air. Walt Pachowski takes down the qualifying heat win. Looking for the green flag, there it is, and they're off and running. Marion coming off of turn 4, leading them down into turn 1. Morton is second, Meany 3rd. Terry gets up a little high, here comes Cashman in to take advantage, and he now moves up to 4th. It's Marion, Morton, Meany, Cashman, Carey, and Fitzgerald locomoting around the speedway, and the top 6 sticking right together. Then it's a little ways back to Kerry Coleman, the number 9, the 4 of Almeida, and the 77 of Irving Reed. Now a battle for 3rd. Cashman goes low on Meany. And going down into turn 1, he's got position number 3 with a 17X. Consultation flag coming out for the 4 of Gary Almeida as Irving Reed has gone around. He's going to try to get back out right in front of the leaders, and that'll bring out the yellow flag. Looking for a restart. Meany is not on the gas too well this time. Carey is down low, the green is out, and Marion again will lead them through turns 1 and 2 with Cashman stalking
behind in the 17X. He's now second. The OT of Morton has fallen to third, then it's Meany in fourth as they head off turn 4. At the line, Marion is able to hold a good line with the 53 and hold off the challenge from Tom Gassman Jr. in the 17X. Now Gassman drives down low off of turn 2, then heads into turn 3 looking for room. Watch for him to make a diving move. Can't do it that time. Marion holds him off. Less than 3 to go now. Gassman putting the move down low, coming off turn 2 and into turn 3. Off the turn, Gassman has him at the line. Marion falling back to second, and a battle for third going into turn number 1. Frank Carey Sr. is low with the 3 on Rob Morton. He'll look to take that third spot. Meany is right behind them in the 15. And then behind them, the 41 of Fitzgerald and the 9 of Coleman. White flag has been displayed. Gassman, Marion, Carey, Morton, and Meany. And now the checkers. And it's Tom Gassman Jr. in for another win with the 17X. Tom Gassman Jr., a winner once again with the 17X, beating out the 53 of Bob Marion. And it was
Danny Grasso, the 1 is Rob Goodenough, 16, Herb Drug, 37, Fran Colson, 29, Payne, 62, Roger Raymond, and Gary Cairn in the 12 are off. Down into turn 2 on the outside, it'll be Fiandaca Blackmore going at it. Here comes Brio up the inside. Who's going to give way? Fiandaca goes high. Blackmore takes him down the line. And Grasso splits the uprights and grabs the lead off turn 2. Fran Colson rolls the 37 up to the edge of the track to get the yellow, and then he'll refire and pull away. Ten laps qualifying. Whoa, there goes Gary Cairn's motor as they go down into turn 2. Cairn pulls it down, and the caution comes back out. Got to check that track real quick. Gary Cairn up in a cloud of smoke. Gary has been here 3 times this year, and he has nothing but terrible luck after coming off a win last Saturday night at Claremont. Green again. Blackmore, Grasso, and Brio with Fiandaca and Goodenough. Blackmore's up high, and there's the hole for Brio. Brio takes it down into turn 4, and he'll have the lead with Grasso on his bumper. Blackmore moves back into second. Grasso trying to hold third on the low side. Fiandaca and Goodenough looking for some racing room. The battle for second will decide who gets to move up. Grasso finally able to get the groove. Blackmore way up the bank. Roger Raymond in trouble. 6 cars qualified. This could be tight. Right now, the car in the bubble is Blackmore in the 12. Brio, Grasso, Goodenough, Fiandaca, Drog, and Blackmore. Kevin Blackmore trying to hang in there and qualify here in the first round. Colson down to the low side. He's going to try to squeeze off that number 6 spot. He does. Blackmore caught in the outside groove. Colson holding on to 6, Raymond 7. Blackmore back to 8. Your leader is Brio. Roger Raymond trying to move up 1 notch, trying to qualify here. Brio, Goodenough, Grasso, Fiandaca, Drug, and Colson. Colson's on the bubble, and Roger Raymond would like to pop it for him. 1 lap left, 1 to go, 1 lap to get into the feature event. Roger Raymond trying hard to burst the bubble for Colson. Here he comes. Colson blocks the door. Raymond's right there on the gas. Can he stuff his nose in there? Here he comes. Colson's down low. The fight for the 6th spot. Colson will make the qualifier. It's Brio, Goodenough, Grasso, Fiandaca, Drug, and Colson transferring to the main event. The other 3 finishers will move on to the consolation round. 6 to qualify. Here they come. 10 laps. Cairns on the gas. Karen, Rugg, and Bree with Boniface. Bree trying to get down inside. Rugg can't do it. Bumper thumping behind him, and Karen has the lead. Karen, Rugg, Bree, Boniface, and there's Rollins on the outside. Rollins got a nice shot off turn 2 to get around Boniface. Karen pushing the Paul & Sons Camaro hard, takes it down the backstretch. Bill Bree trying to get a run on Bob Rugg to take over second. He tries it low in turn 2. In 4. Bree underneath Rugg, and Bill Bree's got second. Bennett's on the bubble in the 38, trying to get underneath Boniface. It's Karen, Bree, Rugg, Rollins, Boniface, and Bennett. Then Dave Knight, Ronnie Alger, and Mike Crossley. Halfway now, halfway. Karen and Bree running away. Bob Ross battling for third with Brent Rollins. Rollins trying to make the move on the inside. Won't hold there. Funky Karen pushing hard to hold that lead. Here's Rollins underneath Rugg. Battle for third coming up. Karen with 2 to go. Bennett's working over Boniface. Rollins working over Rugg. White flag, 1 lap. It's Karen, Bree. Whoa, Rugg in trouble. Got loose, caught Rollins. No change. Caution is out. And that'll ring down the flag. What happened? I missed something? Looks like Mike Crossley is missing, the 111 of Crossley. Like just disappeared. Where'd he go? Anybody see the missing car? 111 went in the pits. Pickup. Looking for green. 6 to qualify, 10 laps. Who's going to take it? Hersey goes to the outside, down the backstretch. It'll be Hersey Marquis. Hersey high, Marquis high, Patnode low with the Pontiac. Hersey by a whisker at the line. Patnode fights back on the inside. Marquis trying to find out who he's going to be able to go with here, and it won't be either one. Patnode goes in and shuts the door. Marquis is there. Patnode tries to block. Hersey runs up to the outside. Meanwhile, here comes the 9 out of the back of the pack. Patnode holds the lead. Hersey fights for second. Marquis third. Mike Batchelor runs up to fourth. Alsop is fifth. And on the bubble is 69 and Weaver. Weaver loose. Oh, couldn't open the door. Tight battle coming up on the halfway mark. Remember, 6 cars qualify. Seidemann trying to root out Weaver and take over 6. Can't do it yet. They make contact big time. Pieces of race car fly, and in comes Sprague into the back of Weaver. No change up front. It's still Patnode, Hersey, Marquis, Batchelor, and also On the bubble, the 19 of Zydeman. Hersey gets a little bit of an advantage this time on turn 2. Russ Hersey trying to take it. He can't quite squeeze it out. Here comes Patnode with 2 laps to go. Hersey's out wide. Patnode's back. Marquis third. Bachelor trying to fall in line. White flag this time. 1 to go. This is going to be a dandy finish. Todd Patnode holds the line. Here's Hersey. Marquis, Bachelor. Hersey by a nose. Patnode down low to the line. Here they come. It'll be Hersey. Patnode, Marquis, Bachelor, Alsop, and the final qualifier, Zydeman. The other 3 go to the consolation round. What a great qualifying effort by Russ Hersey and Todd Patnode as they hold back the veterans and pick up first and second. Marquis goes third.
Buffum and Cram bring the field around, and there's the green flag. Cram starting off of turn 4. Really motoring out in front already, and Roger Shepard has moved up to second. Kirk Alexander slices and dices. He's up to third now. Here comes Brio. Barry Gray gets bounced around at the back of the pack. Brio looking to move into fourth. Bumper back to fifth. Here comes Stebbins. It's Graham, Shepard, Alexander, Brio. Graham with a little bit of a push coming off turn 4. And that enables Shepard to get to the inside, move on by, and take the lead. Here comes Kirk Alexander down low. He'll try to move into second with the 44X. And he does at the line. Graham back to third, Brio fourth, Stebbins fifth, Barry Gray sixth. John Meany, Frank Buffum battling for seventh, and it's Al Fitzgerald. Shepard continues to lead. Roger Shepard in the 34. Kirk Alexander goes low in the 44X. Can he make the move? Down into turn 1 they go. Alexander running the inside. The door gets shut, and he'll settle in for second. Little battle going on for third as well. Eddie Brio Jr. to the inside of Clinton Cram. The 5 behind them. Dan Stebbins and the 29 for Barry Gray. Shepard, Alexander pulling away. Brio has third at the line over Cram. Stebbins looking to move in as well, the challenge, and behind them still the 29, Barry Gray, right there. 2 laps to go for Shepard. Shepard not resting a bit as the 44X of Alexander continues to apply pressure. White flag is in the air, 1 lap remaining. As they head off turn 2, once again Shepard will edge back out. Can he hold this advantage? Alexander dives into turn 3. For the checkered flag, it's Kirk Alexander for the win. Last minute charge puts the 44X out front. Another really exciting race, this time won by Kirk Alexander on the last minute. The 44X makes the move low, takes the win. Here they come, 10 laps. Caution out there as Rusty Ball comes around. You saw TJ get loose and backed out of it, and when he did, the back end came right along with him. They come. Still kind of a sloppy start, but the guys up front are there. TJ moves up. Pick up next. Marquis up the inside. Stone. Seidel and Rusty. Ball quickly into fifth. Far distant, 7th.
Davis for the lead now. Dave Pinkham just drives right down underneath T.J. Small and takes over the lead. It's Pinkham on. Here comes Markey. Markey looking for second, and he's got it at the line. Pinkham, Markey, Small, Stone, and Ball. Halfway now, halfway. Markey trying to hang in there. They work up around Jim Marr Jr. For Pinkham, Markey, Small, Stone, and Ball. White flag, one lap. Can Pinkham hold him off? Ball moves into fourth. Around Stone, chases down Small. Here they come to the line. It'll be Pinkham, Markey, Small, Ball, Stone, and Seidel. Round two about to come out. All right, second round for modifieds here on Don Lorenz General Motors night. Here comes Raymond, here comes Bateman, and here's the green. Raymond gets the break, Bateman second. Avery up to third, Albro and then Jarvis. Roger Raymond doing his best to keep the field behind him. Takes it down into 3 and 4 and brings it out lap 3 on top. Whoa, Albro bobbles. That's the break Jarvis needed. He can drive right down inside now. Halfway now. Dennis having a hard time keeping that 9 to Vermont in place. Raymond, Bateman, Avery, and Jarvis. Jim Marr in trouble. To go now for Raymond and Bateman. Raymond holding his own. Bateman trying to run inside. Got in too hard. White flag. It's going to be tough to recover. Here's the checkered flag, and Roger Raymond picks up the win. Bateman second, Avery third, Jarvis fourth, Albro fifth, sixth will go to Tim Maroka. So Roger at the tail end out of this consolation round for tonight's Winston 100. Here they come. Raymond on the gas, and there's a green. Roger, oh, and Dave Knight gets into the back of Raymond. Can he hang on before he hits the fence? Yes. And somebody lost something off their race car. Dave Knight comes around. Roger Raymond. Into the corner, Knight got underneath and made contact, and around they went. Knight, Payne, here they come. Who's going to get it on the break? It'll be Blackmore. Gary Knight down low. Alger up on the high side. He's on the gas hard. Nearly stack them up 3 deep as they come off the corner. It'll be Alger, Knight, Blackmore, Payne, and Sprague. On the bubble now. Sprague in the 50. Around goes Matt Weaver. On the gas. Still gassing it, backing it up, trying to get it out of the way. He's rolled it off the racetrack on the edge, waiting for the caution, and he gets it. So Weaver brings out the caution. His rear deck lid's a bit on the loose side. Tighten it up. There's serious business here for this 100-lap event. Here comes Alger, here comes Knight. Knight bobbles, Alger's there, and so Sprague. Roger way up on the high side, see if he can surround the traffic. Takes it down the backstretch. Looking to the outside of Gary Knight, who's a little bit on the outside. Knight looks like he's got a bit of a push. Still holding his own. Here's Sprague. Sprague takes over the lead from Alger. Roger Raymond trying to get around the 8 car. 4 laps in out of 10. 4 cars qualify. Raymond staying way up on the high side. First time out tonight for the Pro Stock. As they move up, Sprague has the easy mark. Roger Raymond trying to find a groove that'll hold that race car where he wants it. Knight on the back bumper of Alger. Alger on the brakes, on the gas. Sprague looks like a shoe-in for the win. The rest of it's up for grabs. Here's Knight working the outside of Alger, trying to swap lanes on him. Alger's wise to him. Oh, look out! Gary Knight. That final spot, look out, Raymond in trouble. Gets on the gas and brings it back. 1 lap left. Look out, Blackmore loses it, he's in the wall. We've got a car in the wall, and the caution comes out. Kevin Blackmore came in hard, saw the guys in front of him bobble, got on the brakes and brought it around. Took it down to the flat part of the racetrack. He'll fire it up and drive it away. Tough break for the rookie. Sprague with a lap left on top, then Alger, Knight, and Raymond with Dave Knight and Rick Payne. Yellow checker, they send him in. Everybody that's left will make it. So the drama ends rather abruptly, and it's time to get into our feature round. Don't forget 50-50 raffle. I think Bonnie is still selling tickets. If you didn't get your ticket to the 50-50 raffle, pick it up tonight. Ron Smith has had 6 wins. Fred Felton has had a couple. So has Pollard. Here they are, looking for green, down to the corner. We're off. Davis and Davis with Lawrence, Clayton, Davis, and Alexander. Going to be a dogfight as they charge off the corner. After 1, judged Chris Davis, Jason Davis, Clayton DeWitt, and Beef moving up on the outside. Beef is coming out of there. Look out. Chris Davis gets back in just in time before he ran out of racetrack and holds on to the lead. Now it's a pair of Pintos up front. A Vega, Bobcat, and a Saab to follow. Here they go. Pollard drives low, grabs 3rd, falls back to 4th quickly on the outside. Alexander trying to get that lead. Looks like he did. Alexander. Davis. Look out. Chris Davis overdrives it and goes all the way from second to 10th. Look out to Whit Davis and Pollard come together. Caution is out for the first time. And Pollard's got some big-time problems with the right rear on that car. I don't know if he realizes it. I can hear it up here. I think that's him. Alexander, Davis, Smith and Davis looking for green, and there it is. And Smitty's right there, took it down a little too low, couldn't get off the corner. Beef Alexander drives it in hard, brings it out wide, opens the door inside for Smith. And now Smith takes the lead here on lap 6. Smith looking for win number 7. Anaki up to 5th, Fulton in 4th. Clayton is 3rd, and then it's Alexander and Smith. Anaki trying to come up the outside. The car breaks loose on him. Smith and Alexander. Here's Felton. Works his way into 3rd underneath Clayton. And that opens the door up for Alan Anaki, who moves into 4th. He and Felton will battle for 3rd now. Coming up on the halfway mark. Now, Smitty opens up the lead big time. Alexander 2nd. Anaki is up to 3rd. Felton 4th, then Clayton 5th. Then it's Chris Davis, Jason Davis, Lashaway, and Lawrence. Chris Norton having his problems. Anaki running 3rd, brings it around and brings out the caution. He refires and restarts, but not before the caution comes out for the 2nd time here on lap 12. Here they come. Working their way up to it, off turn 3. Smitty takes him high, drops low, and there's the green. Felton is there on Smith's bumper. Smith pulls away pretty quickly. Alexander's right there on the outside, trying to hold in there. He stays with them as they come off the corner. It'll be Smith for the lead. Smith, Alexander a little loose. That's a little too much. Opens the door for Felton. Fred Felton trying to come up inside and grab his 2nd win of the year. And Felton has grabbed the 2nd spot. Alexander 3rd. BMW flying back up through the field, and Anaki is in 5th. Your point leader trying to get back up to the point. He's got a ways to go and only 5 laps to do it in. 5 to go now. Smith, Felton, and Alexander. Anaki around Clayton for 4th. Felton right on Smith's bumper. Alexander beginning to drift back a little bit, trying to make a run on him and catch up. Felton slips up out of the groove just a little bit. Now there are 3 laps to go. Ronnie Smith. Felton puts a hammer down. Smitty comes back to race with him. We've got 2 laps to go now as Fred Felton dives low. Takes over the lead on lap 18. Felton, Smith, and Alexander. Here's the battle. 1 lap to go on lap 19. Smitty tries to work inside. Fred Felton off turn 2. Smith trying to come back. Here's Alexander. He can pick up a spot. We've got a crash in turn 2. Caution, and it'll be Smitty. Alexander for the 3rd spot, no matter what happened up front. And then it'll be Lash away, and it looks like Norton. Tough break for the 1 and the 17 as they crash at the last lap. Four, five, six, 7th time with Ron Smith. And Ronnie,
well, let me explain a few things out there. My rack broke probably 10 laps into the race. Somewhere along the line in the center of the rack and the steering, she was locking up. That's why I got into Freddie, and I also got into the 7 in the restart. It was just one of those things. I had a bad spot in the rack, and I couldn't steer it. I had a heck of a time keeping it on the track. That's why Freddie got underneath me. But we made it. The rack's coming out as soon as we get to the shop.
And a good 7th win for Ron Smith. Puts a little more, let's see, cuts some of that 20-point margin, I guess, on Alan Anaki.
Yes, yeah. I'm just thankful that I didn't hurt anybody tonight, and I didn't hurt myself.
Well, a good win here on Don Lorenz night. You got a GM Goodrich hat, which you probably ought to put on, or the guys from Don Lorenz are not going to appreciate that very much. And a nice Don Lorenz t-shirt, which you could probably get good and greasy working on that rack. Your winner tonight, Ron Smith. And finishing 2nd, although he almost finished 1st, Freddie Felton. The car came on well tonight.
He just outdrove me. A bit dirty at the end. We'll get him next week.
And they said with a smile, by the way, so don't take it too seriously. And Beef, boy, I don't know what you have to do. You may have to buy the racetrack and run your own show.
No, one of these days I'm going to be up there. My time's coming due.
Looked like the car was hooked up the best it's been all year.
Yeah, it's hooked up pretty good. It got a little slick near the end. You know, I'd like to thank my sponsors, Alexander Sheet Metal, Troy Family Diner, and Dick's. And I'd also like to thank Kelson, the owner of the car, for letting me drive it this year.
And he's done a good job keeping it underneath you. Everybody, of course, gets that famous t-shirt from Don Lorenz, and we'll be set to go with our next round of feature events here on Don Lorenz night at Monadnock Speedway.
After this feature event, we'll have the drawing. So register now. You can still vote afterwards, but for the shirt now. And now, it's the strictly stock feature event. The green flag is out, and we've got trouble right off the bat. In turn 4, Dave Meany goes up and over the 37 of Walt Pachowski, and we've got quite a few more cars involved. The 17X, Tom Cashman Jr., the 7 of Scott Zielinski, and the 60 of Marty Alberti. The 15 of Meany goes up the banking in turn 2. Heavy right side damage on the 15. Looks like mostly suspension. Pachowski with some heavy front end damage on the 37. Tough way to start. Cashman and Drew. Trevor Downey on the inside picks off about 4 cars going down into turn 3. And there's your green flag. Into turn 1, Bizayo on the outside has the advantage over Living Good. Here comes Marion down low in the 53. He'll look to move into 2nd off turn 4 to the line. Marion's got the lead. Bizayo gets crossed up with the 6. Through turns 1 and 2, it's Marion, Bizayo, Living Good, and Cashman having a battle for 3rd. Then Drew behind them, Morin on the outside. Bizayo coming right back with the 6 on the high side. Coleman in the 9 goes around in turn 3. They're 3 wide and dicing it up through turns 1 and 2 for 4th on back. Real tight as they head into turn 3. Bizayo, Scott Cashman. Here comes Steve Drew down low. Living Good, Selman, Morton, Griswold, and Trevor Downey all in a very tight battle. Downey gets crossed up. Collects Tom Cashman Jr. Cashman goes head on into the wall in turn 2, and there's the yellow back out once again. And Cashman takes the 17X that way down pit road. A tough break for the many-time feature winner. Complete 17 to go. Bob Marion, the 53. Bob Bazzaio, the 6. The 19, Cashman. And Steve Drew right up there in 4th with the 17. Green is out. Off the turn to the line, it's Marion. Scott Cashman sticks the 19 to the low side of Bazzaio. They'll battle for second. We've got trouble off of turn 2, around goes Boyne, and into the wall hard goes Corey Cashman with the 18. Also involved, the 46 of Griswold made contact, he gets away, and again, the 17X of Tom Cashman Jr. is in trouble with Bill Powers in turn 2. Corey Cashman will head down pit road with the 18, the front end all banged in. Tom Cashman Jr. again involved, but this time Morton in the OT, now in the middle of the pack as they get set to go back to green. It's Marion coming off the turn to lead down into 1. Scott Cashman gets by, he tucks in for second. And a spin off of turn 2, that's Hemlin in the 09 Mass. Whoa, Bazzaio way up high, we've got trouble. Harry gets into Drew, and Drew gets into Bazzaio. Bazzaio does a 360 slide into the infield. And the yellow flag comes out. 3 cars all getting crossed up. Started off of turn 2. Hemlin got crossed up, went around, so this incident on the front stretch. Bazzaio got way up high. Drew had nowhere to go. Carey just squeezed everybody right out to the wall, so Bazzaio with nowhere to go gets shoved into the wall. Drew gets shoved in the middle, and Carey gets away. Drew, get out now because we're getting set to go back to green right now. We're on lap number 4, 16 laps to go, and here they come. Scott Cashman gets the jump this time. I don't think Kenny Isimone's going to like that. He waves the lazy green, which you know will be followed by yellow unless they smack each other out first, which almost happened there. Everybody get on the brakes. There's Carey, Cashman, everybody was going to get into a big pileup. But fortunately, everybody held on. That was pretty quick. 53 Marion is your pace setter. The leader sets the pace, that's Marion. So Cashman will have to wait. Now he can go. Marion's gone. The 53 takes off. And there's the green flag. Alberti gets slammed in the back with the 60, and he's going to slowly edge his way into turn 3. It's Marion out in front. Frank Harry Sr. running on rails with car number 3. He's up to 3rd and now challenges for 2nd with the 19 of Cashman. Marion dives low off of turn 4, holds his line, and holds the lead. Alberti makes it to the pits. Cashman riding the back bumper of Marion, and here comes Carey up the outside. Frank Carey Sr. running high with the 3 and coming off turn 4 to the line. Marion still got the lead as he gets tapped once again by Scott Cashman. Here comes Carey once again off of turn number 2. He makes the move past Marion to get into turn 3. Marion comes right back and contact is made off of turn 4. This time at the line once again, it's Marion holding on. Frank Carey Sr. up high. Again off of turn 2. He's got a real good fight going into turn 3. Can he hold it this time? It looks like a yes coming off turn 4. Frank Harry Sr. is your leader with car number 3. Marion in for 2nd, a battle for 3rd. They're grinding it up. It's Scott Cashman, Joe Zellman. Cashman once again into the back of Marion, into the side of Zellman, and he gets crossed up. Zellman will move into 3rd. time. 10 laps down, 10 to go for Frank Harry Sr. Now here comes Zellman to the low side of Marion. He'll look to take the second spot. Scott Zielinski's moving right up. Trouble. Mallett goes for a ride on the backstretch with car number 1. Puffs the dirt, gets it back up onto the track, and will stay under green. Carey way out in front. Great run. Best of the year for car number 3. In a battle for second, it will be Zellman off turn 4. Marion for third. Gassman fourth, and here comes Zielinski, who is now back up in the swing of things. He'll make the move to the low side. Squeeze in between Marion, Tidlin, and Gassman. Gassman trying to come right back up to take the runner-up position back from Zellman. 7 laps to go for Frank Harry Sr. And Mallett gets into the second place car and goes around. Zellman almost lost it, did a heck of a job holding on, and the yellow flag comes back out. Yellow flag with 13 laps complete. John Mallett in the 1 goes around in turn 2. Frank Carey Sr. in the 3, the 22, Joe Zellman. Jeff Griswold looks like it's just going to make it out just in time. The green flag is out, and right off the bat, Scott Gassman will look to retake that second spot. Comes in with contact and cannot get the job done. Zellman will hold on. It's Carey, Zellman, Gassman, Zielinski trying to fend off Horton for fourth. This time by 5 laps to go. That's all. Just 5 laps remaining for Frank Harry Sr. in the 3. The 22 of Zellman holding that second spot. Scott Gassman in for another good finish with the 19. He's been inside the top 3 a few times and is now running third, trying to hold off Scott Zielinski. Zielinski will find route on the high side and look to move in. Now dives low off of turn 2. We'll watch that battle for third. Less than 4 laps to go. Coleman a little bit crossed up. He gets hit on the backstretch, but holds on. 3 laps to go for Carey. Dirt tracking it in turn 2 a little bit. Here comes Zielinski now to the low side of Gassman. He'll try to take that third spot. This time, 2 laps to go. Another tough break for Steve Drew. He's way off the pace. And Gassman gets into Zielinski and spins him around off of turn 4. Zielinski refires and will stay under green. Now Morton's got a shot at Gassman. White flag is in the air. 1 circuit to go for Frank Carey. Joe Zellman, another great run for car number 22. He'll run in second. And here they come for the checkered flag. It's Frank Carey Sr. for his first victory in quite a few years. Zellman will grab second, and Scott Gassman at the line gets third. Frank Carey Sr. Frank, it's been a long time since we've seen you here in Victory Lane.
Yeah, it's been a long time, and we worked real hard. And with this piece of shit, we made it.
And sponsors that you'd like to thank for this first win of the season.
Patterson Farms, Maltobi Auto, and Dillon Chevrolet in the crew.
All right, congratulations, Frank Carey Sr., too happy for words. Your winner tonight in the 3. And over here, Joe Zellman, your second place finisher. Another great run, Joe. Congratulations.
Thanks. Frankie drove a good race tonight. I couldn't get by him. Something went away in the car. I'm not sure what it was. But I'd like to thank my brother, Bill. Put up a lot of hours this past couple weeks. I'd like to thank Mike Fuller, who's not here tonight. Wife's due any week now, so he's got to stay home with the wife. But these guys do a lot all week long. Without these guys, my sponsors, my family, we wouldn't be doing this.
All right, there's Joe Zellman, a great second place finish tonight with car number 22. And over here, your third place finisher, great finish for Scott Gassman. Congratulations. Got to really wild out there for a while, but in the end, you came out with another great run.
Well, been working really hard on the setup, and it's finally starting to come to us. I couldn't have done it without a good friend, Laura, who bought me some tires, and it's just been great.
All right, there's your third place finisher tonight, Scott Cashman in the 19.
Six is Maroka, 65 Seidel. The 8 is Marr, the 59 Townsend. 98 is Winston, and the 31 is Marr. Here they come, ready to go! On turn 2, Raymond on the outside. Working real small as they take it hard and fast down into the corner. Here they come to the line, Raymond. On the outside, Raymond with Ball, Elbow, Bateman, Small, Avery, Jarvis, Marquis, Bingham, and Stone. Roger Raymond, strong out front. Avery behind Ball opens up the door for Jarvis. Jarvis up to 6th quickly. Make that 5th. Jarvis into 5th now. Avery, Marquis. Your leader is Roger Raymond. With Julius, Rusty Ball, Dennis Albro, Jack Bateman, then Jarvis. 7th is Avery, 8th is Marquis, 9th is Bingham, 10th is Small, 11th is Stone, then Maroka. As Jarvis works the outside now. He's around Bateman into 4th. Your leader is Raymond. Ball is 2nd. Albro 3rd. Then Jarvis. Bateman. Here comes Avery into the back of Bateman. Marquis is there. So is Pinkham. They start working the slower cars around the bars. Jim and Jim Jr. Seidel and Townsend are ahead. Here is Raymond. Tires are beginning to get a little bit slick. The back end coming loose. Raymond works higher right Seidel. He's moving up on Townsend now. Raymond and Ball. Ball trying to look low. There's a freight train working traffic coming off turn 4, and at the front of it is the engineer, Roger Raymond. Ball works to the outside of Raymond now, trying to move up. Ball going high. Albro looks low. Jarvis is way down there. Rusty Ball up on the outside of Roger Raymond now to the line to complete 15 laps. Rusty Ball will take the lead on lap 16. It is Ball, Raymond. Rusty Ball will lead them halfway. Here they come. Ball and Albro. Raymond, Jarvis, Bateman. Then it's Avery, Marquis, and Pinkham. Ball, Stone, and Maroka. Marquis got a long way to go to pick up another win. Challenging Ball now as Raymond holds the field at bay in 3rd. fifth. Beacom is sixth. Raymond is seventh. Baroka is eighth. Ninth is Barr. 10th is Ball. Then it's Stone. Dennis Albro. Holding off the hard charge of Dwight Jarvis. Albro's in high. Jarvis is down low. Here's Jarvis up off of turn 2. Now there are 10 laps to go. 10 to go. Albro squares it off. Jarvis goes to the high side. Jarvis rockets off turn 2. Here's Jarvis on lap 26. Jarvis looking for win number 4. Jarvis working the outside well. Hard charge out of the middle of the pack, and Jarvis, Albro, and Bateman now. Bateman Marquis fighting for third. Avery holds on to fourth. Beacom is fifth. Raymond is sixth. Paul is seventh. Stone is eighth. Ninth is Small, and 10th is Baroka. 5 laps to go now. 5 to go. Marquis and Bateman battling for third. That's the battle on the racetrack. Albro slowing down in the 9. Albro having trouble. Bateman and Marquis trying to get around Albro. Albro trying to hang in there. The laps are ticking away, and Jarvis is running away. For third, behind Albro. Albro, driving his best race in years. White flag, he's high. Marquis is low. Marquis has third. Albro's got the pick, and he's going to use it. Here comes the win for Dwight Jarvis. Jarvis will win number 4. And Albro has second. Marquis third, Bateman fourth, and fifth to Avery. Win number 4 coming out of the pack. A lot of green flag racing makes a great finish, and Dwight Jarvis has collected enough to keep himself in the point chase. And by the way, we have $432 in the 50-50 raffle plus this poster, so we'll take care of that as soon as we've done our victory lane with everybody else here on our Don Lorenz night at Monadnock Speedway. You got to get a Lorenz unless you're running the modifieds, and then you need to be behind Dwight Jarvis to get there. And he's got the run he needs. This night, Bonnie and the family are coming down. Don't knock the tickets over. Here he is, Dwight Jarvis, win number 4. Well, Dwight, first of all, let's take care of things for the guys from Don Lorenz. Get that Mr. Goodwrench at it. Tonight's your birthday. Golly, for a 21-year-old, that's a heck of a race.
Not bad for a young fella.
As young as I am, anyway. How'd it feel tonight?
Oh, this guy's on rails. The pit crew, everybody's just done a super job, and the sponsors to keep us here, just getting better and better.
Your sponsors are, just so everybody knows, because they don't hear that much, especially when you guys are running.
We got the Beverage King of Lebanon, Energy High Tech, Twin State Printing, U First Uniform Company, and Town Line Equipment.
Well, they got you here 4 times so far this year. Good run for you. Nice run for Dwight Jarvis. Win number 4 on his birthday to boot. And, And Dennis Albro, I'll tell you, that's got to be the best race you've had at Monadnock in a few years.
Well, we're doing decent. It's well, the car got a little loose towards the end, but it was going real good. I thought I might win it for a while, but it just wasn't there at the last 10 laps.
It wasn't there, but it was there for a while. A good run, and you held back some guys who were working awful hard to get by you. Got to make you and Dad feel good.
Yes, it did. We've been struggling a little bit, Claremont. I feel nice, but we go good here.
A good run for Dennis Albro. Got his teeth on racing at Monadnock, and up the line. Quite a contrast to last week's fog race, huh?
Yeah, it sure is.
A lot of work tonight to get even to move up the field.
Yeah, it was a lot of tough cars starting right up front tonight here, and you know, we had to work real hard and just kind of, we were hoping for some cautions like we normally have, and tonight went from green to checkered, so basically kind of got caught sleeping there for a while. I'd like to thank Al and Sylvia for coming down every week, and it's Sylvia's 50th birthday today. Happy birthday, Sylvia.
Barrison, don't worry, Sylvia, I'm right behind you. Let me ask you something else, Jerry. The last few weeks, the Northeast Point Championship has shifted quite a lot, and you've come out of the middle of that pack to be about 199 points behind Charlie Cragen. You think you can catch him?
That's going to be real tough. We got very short season right now, what's left, and if he stayed home the rest of the year, maybe. But I don't think it's going to be possible. So we're looking for a good finish in the top 5 here. We still got the rest of the year to finish. You know, we ain't going to count our chickens before they hatch, but we're looking for a good finish, and hopefully we'll be able to stay in the contention.
What's the cutoff date?
I think it's September 1st, if I'm not mistaken.
A couple of more wins might help, and a couple of good nights at Riverside. Jerry Markey in third here in the GM Goodrich night. Let's draw away. It gives away some money here. We got to give away a picture and some money.
It's the 5 and the 15. John Meany will bring the field around. Behind them, Clinton Cram, Roger Shepard. Green flag is out. Off turn 4 to the line, Stebbins. And Cram right away moves up into second with the 11. Shepard gets a little bit crossed up, and here comes Alexander and Brio. Alexander can't make the move. Shepard shuts the door, so they'll hold their positions. And Stebbins now starting to pull away with Graham running second, getting a little bit loose coming off turn 2 once again. John Meany in third, Roger Shepard fourth, and fifth is Kirk Alexander. Brio holds that 6th spot over Barry Gray in the 29-7. Al Fitzgerald and Frank Buffum. Stebbins now really motoring away with the 5. Graham all alone in second now for the most part. Here comes Shepard up the high side in car number 34. Off of turn 4 to the line. He's got the spot by a bumper. And off turn 2, he gets an even better bite and will edge out. Now here comes Kirk Alexander up high. He gets a tap from Barry Gray, the 29. Alexander moves up to 4th. Meany back to 5th. It's still Stebbins way out in front. Great run going for car number 5. Second. Here comes Shepard and Alexander. Alexander to the low side of Shepard. They battle for third. A little contact is made, and Alexander will get by on the backstretch and move up to position number 3. Roger Shepard trying to hold in there for 4th. Behind them, Barry Gray is 5th in car number 29. Eddie Brio Jr. 6th, the 29 Junior. Then it's the 15 of Meany and the 87 of Fitzgerald. Here comes Gray to the inside of Shepard, as Alexander moves to the inside of Graham. They'll battle for second. Alexander down low has grabbed the runner-up spot from Graham. He didn't grab it from himself. Here he comes off of turn 4 to the line with second. Now he'll set sail for Dan Stebbins, your leader with the 5. 10 laps complete, 15 to go. Graham now tries to hold third. The car is pretty ill handling right now. Barry Gray will try to make the move this time through turns 1 and 2. goes up, almost makes contact in turn 2. And a problem with the leader, Stebbins. Sounds like transmission, the 5 pulls off, and a tough break for Dan Stebbins. Billy Gray gets locked with Graham, and they're going up the racetrack. Here comes Roger Shepard and Eddie Brio Jr. Gray went right up in front of Graham, and they locked together. They'll bring out the yellow flag. The two cars are locked together. Coming off of turn 2, Barry Gray sailed right up in front and maybe thought he had Graham cleared, but he didn't. And you saw what happened as they got hooked. Tough break for Dan Stebbins, running a great race, and then it sounds like transmission trouble on the 5. He pulls it into the infield. I'm telling you, that guy's going to be in victory lane before this year is out. "13 laps complete. Kirk Alexander and now Roger Shepard in the front row. Green is out. Here comes Eddie Brio Jr. down low in the 29. He'll take the second spot from Shepard. Shepard is fading back on the outside. Tough break for the 34, running so strong and now has fallen back a couple of spots. Appears to be a problem with the car. Alexander will lead. Brio second. Al Fitzgerald up in third now with car number 87. This is turning out to be a pretty good run for him. Hopefully he can hold. And now that, just as I say that, the hood pops up. But it doesn't appear to be too bad. Maybe Al will be able to hold on. Clint Graham, meanwhile, ducks low on John Meany in the 15. They'll battle for 4th. And we've got less than 10 laps to go. 9 this time by for Alexander. Now Graham gets into Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald comes down. They make contact, and the 11 and the 87 get hooked. We'll bring back out the yellow flag. Tough break for Cram once again, this time. "17 laps complete, 8 to go. Kirk Alexander, the 44X. Green is out. And Alexander will lead them down into turn 1. Eddie Brio Jr. holds second over Meany. Then it's Shepard in 4th. Al Fitzgerald 5th, Barry Gray 6th. Buffum 7th. Alexander motors down the backstretch through turns 3 and 4, coming around this time to complete lap number 19. Barry Gray moves up a notch to 5th in the 29. Battle for 3rd going on. John Meany trying to hold off Roger Shepard. Is it going to work? 5 laps to go for Alexander. And the yellow is back. Buffum with a problem on the 12. Something leaking out onto the racetrack. You can see it in turn 2 under the light. And a lot of smoke trailing out of the back of the 12, so a tough break for Buffum. Shepard, Fitzgerald. He'll get a good finish out of this one. And Barry Gray. Green is out. Alexander holds. Brio fighting off Meany for that second spot. All of a sudden, looks like somebody's trailing smoke among those 2nd through 4th place cars in the turns, and now it's faded, so we won't find out who it was, but as they begin to string out, we'll get a better idea. Kirk Alexander holds the lead, Eddie Brio Jr. 2nd, and Roger Shepard gets around Meany and moves up to 3rd. Now Barry Gray looks to move around Meany and take 4th. 2 laps to go for Kirk Alexander, the 44X. 2 to go. Shepard moving in on Brio. Last minute battle for 2nd. Brio should be able to hold on. A white flag is in the air. 1 lap to go. Alexander, searching for another victory. And the checker flag is in the air for his third win of the year, Kirk Alexander. Alexander. All right, Kirk, lucking out all over the place tonight. You got the point lead. Almost was going to have to battle with Dan Stebbins until he dropped out, and that had to be the real turning point for you in this event.
Yeah, when Dan dropped out there, you know, the car's fast tonight, no doubt. Stronger tires and all. Thank my sponsors, Alexander Sheet Metal, All Metals, and Brothers Tire Service.
There's Kirk Alexander, your winner tonight, car number 44X. And over here, your second place finisher tonight, Eddie Brio Jr. Eddie, congratulations. This race started off kind of slow for you, but towards the end, this car was really picking up.
Yeah, beginning of the race, had an awful push, and then once we ran a few laps, it seemed to come around. I'd like to thank Kerry. He gave me some of his takeoff tires from last week, and it really helped the car out.
All right, there's Eddie Brio Jr., your second place finisher, and over here, Roger Shepard. Another great finish tonight, third. Congratulations.
Thank you. We had a good run. It was a lot of fun. There weren't many cars out there. I'd like to thank Mincer Brothers, who are here tonight, and they're one of our major sponsors. So thank you, Mincer Brothers.
All right, Roger Shepard, your third place finisher, car number 34.
Up to the Winston 100 on down the inside. Here comes Todd Padno bringing the field down. Monadnock and Rugged, we're underway. Padno down into turn one, off turn two. It's Padno, Monadnock and Rugged. Will Karen up to fourth. Here comes Rio, Percy, and Bree. Boniface. Padno, Monadnock a breakaway. Rugged, Karen fight for third. In fifth, it's Rio. Sixth is Bree. Seventh is look out! Monadnock into the back of Padno, spins him out. They make contact. Karen takes over the lead. They come down and take the caution. Comes around to let Mr. Fiandaca know he's not happy with it. You don't fool around with Peter. I think they got the bumpers locked up front. Mr. Patnode has let Mr. Fiandaca know he wasn't happy with the contact. Mr. Isimone, Mr. Stevens, and our race director, Mr. Merrill, are watching their activities very closely. And appropriate action, if necessary, will be taken. 7. Looking for green. Here comes Fiandaca and Karen with Rugged. There it is. Fiandaca and Karen. Fiandaca bottoming out off the corner. Karen up off the bumper out to the outside. Here they come as they swap lanes. Karen's right down onto the flat part of the racetrack. He's in deep trouble. Karen will not collect anybody. Everybody gets through there in good shape. But Karen tried to put a move on Peter Fiandaca, and it did not pay off. Funky Karen goes from first to last, trying to put a bold move on Pete Fiandaca went right down to the speed bumps. The back end came up underneath him, and he's going to have to go to the back of the pack and come all the way up through to win. He did that in April when he won our first 100 lapper of the year. He went back from the rear to the front twice in 100 laps and still won it. Rollins ready to restart. Lap 10. Here they come. Fiandaca down low. He's got rug on his bumper. Rio on the outside. Lee moving up. Glenn Rio on the outside of his hero. And here he comes. Working his way to the outside. Fiandaca low. Rio way outside. Fiandaca, Rio Rod, Free Boniface, Marquis Elson, Bennett and Bachelor. Trouble in the corner. Ron Alger spins a 17, and he will get out of the way as the field comes by. No caution. Fiandaca and Rio continue their battle as they fight for position. Ron holds third. Free, not yet. He's close. Rio gets a good run on Fiandaca. Off turn 2. It'll be Rio. Fiandaca, run for the Boniface. Rio takes over the lead on lap 13. Rio and Fiandaca. Rog and Bree. Boniface. Marquis. Bennett in the behind with Bachelor. They recover. Bachelor gives him the room. Here comes Goodenough, working his way up. Now on the outside, Karen working out of the back of the pack. Rio, Fiandaca, Rod. Trouble coming off the corner. Will they hold on? Grasso into the field, no contact. Here's your leader. Glenn Rio, Fiandaca, Rod, Boniface, Bree, Marquis, Bennett, Bachelor, Estelle, Olson, and Goodenough, the top 10. Van Knight. Glenn Rio opening up a strong lead. Karen trying to get out of the back of the pack. Has no running room. He's got a lot of lap traffic to work his way outside. Here's Rio. Fiandaca, Boniface up to third. Rudd to fourth. Bree fifth. Sixth is Marquis. Seventh is Bennett. Eighth is Bachelor. Estelle is ninth. 10th is Alsop. The 11th is Goodenough. 12th is Knight. 13th, Zaidama. 14th, Knight. And 15th is Karen. Trouble in turn 4. Into the wall goes to 69. The 69 of Matt Weaver brings out the caution on lap number 20. And Fiandaca, this should be quite an interesting start. A couple of weeks ago in a qualifying race, they both got put to the rear because they were playing games. Here they come. They're going to start it big time, this time green. Glenn Rio, Boniface inside for second now. Pete Fiandaca, Bill Bree, Bob Rudd, Brad Bennett has gotten past Marquis, and here comes Estelle. Marquis fighting back on the outside. Karen has worked his way up a little closer to the front, in behind Zaidama. 25 out of 100 now. Rio the leader, Boniface second. Fiandaca third, Bree fourth, Rudd fifth. Here comes Bennett trying to get inside Rudd. He has to back out of it, goes to the infield. And will stop and try to get a caution. Let's see how long they leave him there. He's all right. The book says he's supposed to try and restart. Incidentally, now Benefit's going to head for the pits. Who's going in? We've got July 25th. Check that. June 25th. Ready to go. They crank it up, and here they come. Rio, Boniface, Viaduct, and Love. Rio takes him down in there. Brings him out of turn 2. Down the backstretch. Boniface with the edge. Rio on the low side. Off the corner. Rio with the lead. Holding the low side, down into the corner. He's on the gas harder, coming out. Trouble on turn 4. Bennett, Alger, Kane, and Dave Knight. One other car may have been involved heading into the pits. Can't pick up the number on it, but Rick Payne, Brad Bennett, Ron Alger, and Dave Knight are the guys that stopped up there in turn 4. Biandaca on the bumper. Here comes Boniface trying to get a run on Brio. He gets a big jump on Brio, and there's the green. Everybody gets out of it, field scatters, and this time they'll straighten them out. Ken Isimone let Mr. Boniface know that he will start the race, not the guy in second place. The leader starts it off. We'll try again. Here comes everybody's ready to go. Boniface and Rio. Boniface hit it hard. Here's the green. Rio gives Boniface a little bump and moves him out of the groove. Boniface comes right back in behind him. He'll try to go underneath. They come to the line, and it is Rio. Boniface, Biandaca, Marquis, Estelle, Bachelor. Look out, Estelle's in trouble. Look up, way down to the bottom. Gary Knight moving up, so has Colson. Here's Boniface. Rio on the gas and pulls away. Biandaca, Marquis, and Estelle giving chase now. Goodenough has moved up to 7th. Glenn Rio with a long way to go before we're done. Biandaca trying to hold 3rd from Marquis. Trouble in the corner, around goes Awesome. He refires, gets back into the race as the leaders come down into turn 4. Rio, Boniface, Marquis, Biandaca, Estelle, and Bachelor. Goodenough, Rogg, and Colson. They're going to be moving up on the 7th car in a minute. Awesome, running hard to stay in the lead lap. Boniface running hard to take the lead away from Rio. We're going to have to deal with a slower car in a minute. Awesome. Sees Rio come by. He's up in the racing groove. Wants to go. Here come the leaders. Rio sets it up and drops it low. Bachelor has moved into 4th. Biandaca back to 5th. Goodenough is 6th. Estelle is 6th now. Goodenough is 7th. Estelle sweeps underneath to take over 5th. Glenn Brio, caution on the track as the 8 car spits out on lap 49. And the 88 into the pits, the 69 into the pits. Good enough, almost thought about going in. Maybe some tire strategy going on now if they can get in and get out.
Up the outside, Roger Raymond as well. The green is given, and it's Brio down into turn 1. Jerry Marquis second, Mike Batchelder third. Fred Haskell Jr. fourth in the 50, having a great run. And then it's the 135 of Viandaca in fifth. Haskell gets out of shape off of turn 4. Wilson has a problem with the 37. It looks like it's bottoming out. Meanwhile, we've got a battle for the lead going on. Jerry Marquis touched to the low side of Brent Brio. And Marquis will move into the lead on lap 55 with car number 28X. Brio not giving up the 21K on the outside, and it's Marquis for the lead. Here comes Batchelder down low in car number 9. In turn 4, Boniface goes around, Payne drops off. Meanwhile, Marquis will come around to lead him to the caution. And at the line, it looks like Batchelder Nick Brio for position number 2. Jim Boniface, who was having a great run before pitting for fresh tires for the 88, finding it hard to get back up through quickly. He goes around in turn number 4. And Brio as well heads down pit road with the 21K, and now Mike Batchelder's left with the lead. Whoa. Batchelder winds the field up. Roger Raymond again jumps the start. Green is out. Batchelder, Haskell, Viandaca, Wilson, and Roger Raymond. Batchelder begins to motor away. Pando gets crossed up on the front stretch with the 24, losing a spot to Fred Rollins in car number 12. Little battle for second going on between the 50 of Haskell and the 135 of Viandaca. Wilson getting up a little high. Raymond looking to move in with the 62. Here comes Raymond down low to 62, and he'll look to move into 4th. Wilson will not give up, though, with car number 37. Keep an eye on that battle. And Roger Raymond off turn 4, last out into the 4th spot. It's Batchelder, Haskell, Viandaca, Raymond, Wilson, then Rudd, Rollins, Bruno, Percy, and Pando behind them. And we've got trouble on the backstretch. Brent Brio has tagged the wall. Sparks will fly, but Brio keeps the 21K going until they get to turn 1, where he, Gary Knight, Dave Knight, and one other car get crossed up. And that'll bring out the caution on lap number 62. 63 laps complete. Glenn Brio looking to head to pit road and take care of the problem on the 21. We'll keep the yellow out. Kenny Isimone says, hold on for at least one more lap. Here they come, picking up speed. The back of the pack is real ready. Green is out, and Batchelder again puts the pedal to the metal. Queen Estelle get away. Viandaca with a problem on the 135. A tire has gone down on the right side, it appears. Let's watch as he goes into the turn. He goes around, and it's a flat right rear on the 135, and Dab is going to bring out the caution. flag back on lap 67 for a flat right rear tire, or at least the tire going down on the 135 for Fiandaca. He heads Estelle Jr. in the 50. Estelle has competed at Thompson, Seacon, but never here at Monadnock, but he's having a great run in car number 50. Green flag is back out, and it's Batchelder, Estelle, and Raymond. Bravo for Pablo in the 24. He's off the pace, spins in turn 1 with a flat left rear, and the yellow flag is out. Glenn Brio heads back down pit road with the 21K. Patno gets the 24, refired flat left rear on that car. Real ready, and there's the green. Gary Marquis under Rob Goodenough in the battle for fifth as they head into turn 3. Marquis is low. Real low off of turn 4. Pulls right up alongside Brett Rollins in the 12. And Marquis has position number 4 with the 28X. Here comes one New Hampshire right behind him, Rob Goodenough. Goodenough into fifth with the 1. It's Batchelder, Estelle, Raymond, Marquis, and Goodenough. And a spin in turn 2. It's Weaver going around with the 69. Matt Weaver and Bill Green in turn 4. Bill Green spins the 6X in turn 4. Yellow flag is back out once again. Fred Estelle, Roger Raymond, Jerry Marquis, Rob Goodenough, and Brett Rollins. Here comes the back of the pack. Whoops! Look out! There's the green! Overheats, slides it off the track. He'll wait for the caution, even though they say they're supposed to do it on his own. And a tire down on the 21. All right, look for the start. Can Batchelor hang in there for 19 laps? Here they come. Bring out yet another caution. Marquis and Goodenough with Rollins and Hersey. Here they come. Out of the back, Alger jumps, Fiandaca jumps. Mike Batchelor with a big break on Estelle. Batchelor. Marquis into third now. Starting to run down the leaders on fresh tires. Boniface has spun his car. He's going to roll across the track and wait for one more caution. Marquis pulls down caution number 15 on lap 87. Guys at the back of the pack getting a little rammy. Here comes Alger, jumps 2, jumps 3, jumps 4. And now the green is out.
looking for the restart. Out of the back they come, jumping again. Fighting for position. They're going to take out some more cars as Batchelor runs to the front. Here's Marquis working on a still for second, while Batchelor holds away. Marquis moves into second now. Taken away. Mike Batchelor trying to hang in there for win number 5. Marquis looking for his 3rd win of the year. Actually, his 2nd win of the year. Keep their eye in the back of the field. That's where they're bumping and dumping. Mike Batchelor with 5 laps to go now. Rob Goodenough trying to work the outside of Roger Raymond. Raymond off the back bumper of Estelle. Raymond to the outside, fighting for 3rd. Here he comes, working way to the outside. Raymond and Goodenough working over the visitor from Seacon. Mike Batchelor trying to hang in there. 97 down, 3 to go. Roger Raymond way off the backing. There's a door for Goodenough. 2 laps to go. It's going to be 2-lap shootout. Goodenough back on the bumper of Estelle. Here he comes to the outside. Here's Batchelor. White flag. 1 lap to go. Goodenough trying to get Estelle. He's being worked over big time. Raymond down inside. They swap spots. Here's your winner, Mike Batchelor. And the race for the finish will be Estelle. Raymond, Goodenough. Batchelor and Jerry Marquis picked up where they left off a couple weeks ago and brought to conclusion a pretty competitive event when it comes right down to it. Here in the Don Lorenz General Motors Winston 100. And we'll be seeing the Lorenz family down here, Don and Steve, in a moment. Mike Batchelor, Jerry Marquis, and Fred Estelle finishing in the final spot there. Michael had to hang in there. We'll talk with Jerry in a minute. And Mike's just got to get unstrapped from his electrical contacts here. Get the belts off. He'll be out here in just a moment. Winston 100 winner for 19. Repeating his win of last year, here he is, Mike Batchelor! Well, I'll tell you, Michael, you won it last year on a rain delay. This time you won it on a 15 caution delay, but it must have been worth it.
Yeah, I didn't like the cautions. I wanted to keep it going and keep everybody racing. I was kind of hoping it'd be a better race at the end, but, you know, we'll take it anyways. We're real pleased.
I guess from what everybody was saying to me, the Mincer brothers gave you a lot of help for this week.
They sure did. They did. The Mincer brothers did. CompuSign did. Portland Glass, Black Sheep Farm, Allsup Racing Engines, Net Ains, and Lynn Fisk, and I think that's good.
That's enough. And a good 5th win of the season, a repeat of the Winston 100. And Steve, right here, Steve Lorenz. Nice to see you again, Steve. And Don, welcome to Monadnock Speedway, and thank you. And I think our winner tonight, Mike Batchelor, thanks you an awful lot for being part of tonight's race.
Thank you very much.
Very, very nice race. Glad to see it was one with a Buick engine. That's the important thing in that famous Buick V6. Steve, I understand most of you guys have never been to a race before.
No, that's true. We've enjoyed ourselves very much tonight, and I think our employees did as well. We're very proud to sponsor it, and I think Monadnock has done a great job.
Well, we thank you for being part of our racing program, and Mike, we'll let you get your accolades in victory lane. Again, thanks to Don Lorenz and the entire Lorenz family for being with us tonight and part of our program. Let's move back to Jerry Marquis for just a minute, because it's another one of those nights. You guys tried the little tire strategy midway?
Yeah, we did. We decided to do that tonight because the last 100 lap, that's how we got whooped, I think. And this time here we came back around, but Mike had a little bit more for us at the end still.
But the car looked pretty good, and I guess Boss must be feeling a little bit better this week. He was sick last week.
Yeah, he's doing a lot better this week here. He spurs a little bit more, and we bought some extra tires to go the extra distance, so he must be feeling real good.
A good run. Jerry Marquis puts him a little closer to the top of the heap as he battles away. In fact, that may have given him the point lead. Let's see, is Fred here? Well, this is your first visit, yes?
And we ran without a clutch and power steering since the 75th lap.
Oh, man. Well, I guess you can sympathize with the old days when your dad used to race up here at some of our open shows when they didn't use power steering in a bonafide.
Well, he's got twice the muscle I got.
Well, a good run, a nice first appearance. How do you like the track?
Well, turns 3 and 4 seem to be a little tricky compared to 1 and 2, but we're getting used to it.
Nice to see you here. We hope we'll see the Estelle name here with us again. Thanks for coming. Fred Estelle Jr., his dad and his Uncle Deke used to race here in open competition back in the 70s. Thanks for being with us tonight. Next Friday night, remember, we'll be back with the Budweiser King of Beers late model championship event, plus the makeup race for the Pro Stocks from last Friday night. So we've got a lot of racing coming up next week and in the next 3 Friday nights. Be sure to be here with us. Have a safe ride home.